Hi, Capricorn. All right, welcome to this space. Thank you for being here. If you are new to this space, my name is Raaji. Very nice to meet you. And this space is called Opal Oracle. If you've been here before, which most of you have, hi. I appreciate a regular. Very nice to have you, Capricorn. Oh, good energy. I like it already. I like all this smiling. Good, Capricorn. Always a pleasure when you're in a good mood, right? Singing your own song. Speaking of that, I feel like, before we get into your cards, I feel like there's a really big change in you. Like maybe you'll even change. I don't know. Some of you could like cut your hair or but it's it's there could be something slightly physical that changes, but I feel like it's more of it's kind of like a spiritual, psychological change in you. It's almost like a really, really, really old lesson or something like that. Something you couldn't quite figure out and you just put aside, right? And then I heard you found something again because you figured out how to balance, and I heard attain some sort of bravery. Okay. Cool. Yeah, self-confidence, believing in yourself more, in this really, I heard appropriate, respectable way. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. All right, good message. Let's open up your cards, Capricorn. Capricorn. Don't generally use my left hand for this. You ever do that? Like eat or write with your opposing hand? Try to throw with your opposing hand. It's a good exercise for the brain. It can get you out of feelings too if you're a little bit stuck. Especially throwing things. It's quite amusing to laugh at yourself. All right. Yeah, you did figure. It's like you figured out a puzzle piece. Cool. Okay. Okay, remember that reading, The Serpentine? I'll try to find that. Hold on a second. I do want to link that. Just a minute. That was a couple months ago, and remember we couldn't see how far it was going to go, and so you've been on this path, right? And I see that you've had help along the way. And as going along this path, it's like you found something on the path that helped you to figure out something wired long ago of the past. I feel like you're going to receive a message that really dings some sort of bell. I just, and I saw one of those triangle bells that you like, bing, 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 call it in, but it's a triangle. There's something. There's something that's going to hit a string emotionally. Which I heard opens up a place between, kind of between, it's not between two worlds, but there's a gap in between. It like shortens it. Maybe if you're paying attention as you're going in the serpentine, and I heard you don't complain, right? And you just do what you need to do as you go along. I heard not that you're not allowed to stand up for yourself, but not, right, because we are all wherever we are because of the choices that we've made prior, right? And that's a really cool thing because we get an opportunity to choose. Right? It's a power that we have control over our choices. And I guess speaking of that, it would be wise for you to not choose something emotionally. Maybe you have to choose something, like you could use your intuition, you can use your logic, and you can use your body, which is part of your intuition. But purely emotional, don't choose from there because you already know better, and it will just loop back around to be like dissatisfaction, right? So I guess if you're trying to go repeat any situations that didn't already feel good, and you think that if you choose it again it will change, it won't. At least at this time. I see it's important to have faith. And I heard faith is a very soft feeling. Faith is a very soft feeling. I guess it is something that is always being learned in some context or another. I do feel as if someone could offer you something in this time. Or, again, I see say something to you, but it's like you already knew it, or something like that, or maybe you've already been there before. Maybe you have a deja vu, too. Some sort of deja vu. Pay attention to those. Yes, please pick, if there's any emotion wrapped up in it, right? Like, even too much expectation I see in happiness. I mean, you can go there. You're allowed to be happy. Maybe that's part of the epiphany. Like to express. I heard exuberance. Because you're pretty reserved, right? But, not that you ain't wild, I ain't saying that, but you're pretty reserved. So if for some reason there are a lot of emotions in something, remember when the emotions are really big, the intuition is generally usually quite wrong. You know, too much fear, too much, again, like expectation that everything's perfect, you know what I mean? Like, it usually is, it's interruptive for the ability to see clearly. So give something some time. Just a second. Taurus's reading will be helpful. It is, I'm recording this in Taurus time too, right? And we haven't had Earth since you in January. You are learning to trust yourself better. I heard the right things are growing in the right places, but sometimes things can to a human be overgrown, right? And so I see that there's a need to know what's growing and to tend to the garden accordingly. What do I see? Just a second. Oh, Mars is in Gemini until June, right? Well, in sidereal. So this is the head being red, right? So I heard, what do I see? I heard make sure what's real or not. If anything is being taken, again, emotionally or personally, I need to know that the intuition could be a little bit off. I'm also seeing this Pisces-Scorpio situation, so we're talking about, well, two water energies. We're talking about the most water and no water, right? The ocean and the desert, opposites, right? And the only one that can go between water and land is Cancer, so perhaps they have a message for you. It is your opposite. I feel like that could help you to understand more about what's happening emotionally, because there is something here that's kind of a big deal. Again, I keep seeing like a Pluto in the first house. So this is a huge change in you, okay? Which illuminates your own, it's illuminating your self-value. You know what I mean? I feel like you're extending. Yes, it's like you're extending yourself towards something, and I see that it's very important to, I heard, know where you stand. And how that starts is by quieting the mind of worry and fear. Okay, and this is when we read the book. All right. I've been reading this month out of Saturn by Liz Green. The image is interesting. Let's see what... Well, I guess I'm just going to read this one to you. Is this the one? No. Hold on a second. You're actually ruled by Saturn. With the other signs, I read their expression, but I feel like a stitchomancy for you, Capricorn. Oh, interesting. Cancer kind of was in the same section. Okay. They will be of service if you'd like to go there. Oh my God, it's the exact same thing. Fascinating. Just a minute, please. I'm wondering whether I should read this complicated Greek story or not. Capricorn? Where are you? Oh, two back. Hold on a second. Yeah, right there. It says Saturn always strives for the truth. It is man's fear of this motivation within himself that brings about catastrophe. let's back this up. All right, it's this whole paragraph I see. Page 61. The acceptance of responsibility necessary for comprehension of Saturn is not the mea culpa, M-E-A, new word, C-U-L-P-A. It is not the mea culpa which condemns, but a recognition that the human mind may have more power over the arrangement of one's outer circumstances than we care to admit, and that there is much that we do not know about ourselves. Even if one considers the reality of karmic obligations, it is unlikely that anything occurs to a human being which is not necessary for his growth or the growth of the group, and the orderly beauty of life as it is reflected by that which is random and senseless. Saturn always strives for truth. Always strive for truth. We'll take that. Thank you, Saturn. Straight shooter. Love him. Wow. While we close this out, we'll pick maybe a card or two. I want to thank you for being here, Capricorn. In this space, thank you for being responsible. Thank you for being brave. For shouldering what you've had to shoulder, and knowing when to shake it off. You know what I mean? Making conscious decisions and thinking ahead. You know, facing your own fears. Saturn and Libra, right? It's, you are actually what's in control of Libra, you know? So, thank you for also teaching them. And you know what's interesting too? This time frame, I feel as if the cardinal energy, Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, you know, are all the go-getters. You know, they're the get up and get out and do something, right? Make the plan, make it happen, and remember that sometimes it's a planning stage, sometimes it's a doing stage, right? And wherever there is a challenge or a conflict, it can be resolved. And most of the time, you are the resolution, right? And whatever it is that you are changing in yourself, it is a big deal. You know, it's a really big deal. So, well, your energy is, your natural tendency is to go slower anyway, but remember, if you're changing, then your relationships with other people are changing, you know, so I heard please have faith. And I do feel as if, again, Cancer and Taurus's reading would be the most helpful for you in this time frame. In addition, if you'd like to go there. Continue your class. Speaking of that, thank you for not skipping out. I do appreciate you being here so very much. Any of you who also decided to extend your homework and went over to Patreon, thank you so very much. Such a blessing. I love that garden is growing too. It's really, we're doing more astrology lessons. There's lots of randomness in that space. It's a little messier than here on YouTube. I like to keep it regulated. Oh, side note. Well, let me finish what I was talking about. Thank you if you've been a part of Patreon. If you'd like to see what I offer there in extra content, there's a link in the description box below this video and any other information you need. What was the other thing I was going to tell you? Oh, shucks, did I lose it? Hold on. Oh, I also decided, well, any of you go to the, I haven't told anybody else this. Anyway, point is that I decided to make, I split up in my playlist section, there is, per month, so you can reference back, say, like last May if you want to, or the May before. And then I also broke them up into zodiac. So if you want to just go to your Capricorn playlist, please feel free. I'll probably include, I should include that below. I will. Thank you for reminding me, Capricorn, of my responsibilities. Zodiac links. Okay, cool. Monthly links. I just figured it would be a nice way to kind of cross-reference, especially it seems to be with my readings, they tend to, maybe this is all people who read, I don't know. Anyway, my readings tend to take a little bit longer, and so, yeah, maybe it would be nice to reference in that way. If you please feel free. Otherwise, I thank you for your time. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a part of this space. Thank you for the lessons. Sayonara. Peace out.